Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Board of Commissioners, City of Bowling Green, Kentucky, regular meeting, City Hall, August 3rd, 2021 at 4:30. We will go ahead and have invocation and pledge allegiance. I believe this is Commissioner Melinda Hill's turn, but she asked me to go ahead and provide that tonight. So if everyone will stand, we'll go ahead and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for the opportunity that we have a government for the people, by the people. We thank you that the people can represent who we are and what our values are. I thank you for this opportunity to pray for our city, to pray for our community, to pray for our leaders, to pray for our decisions, that we make the decisions that are best and that are divine by your power and by your will and what is in our hearts. And I just thank you so much for the blessings you've given me and my family. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. Roll call, please. Mrs. Jackson.
Commissioner Bailey.
Here.
Commissioner Beasley Brown.
Here.
Commissioner Hill, who is absent. Commissioner Perigin.
Here.
Mayor Alcott.
Here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to start off with a couple announcements. The first announcement, I'm going to invite to our podium Mrs. Melanie Lawrence. So Mrs. Lawrence, if you come up, she is going to present some awards. She is the Director of Operation Pride. Good evening, Mrs. Lawrence.
Good evening, and thank you. The first award I would like to present is to Craig and Shanika Chappell. They have done a phenomenal job. They're new home buyers in the TC Cherry area, and they've done all the work themselves, and it's made a tremendous difference on the main entrance into the TC Cherry School. And so we would like to present them the Operation Pride Award.
Thank you very much.
And would you like to say anything?
Sure, yeah. So like she said, my name is Shanika Chappell, my husband Craig Chappell, and we're really excited about this award because we didn't expect to have any recognition, and it just feels really good that somebody did take the time to notice our hard work, you know. But it's special to us. It's more than just a house that we've put work into for all of our 18 years that we've been together and raising kids. We've been renters, and I think everybody knows that sometimes when you're renting, it can just become uncertain what you're going to do next. You know, we've had landlords sell our home, and you know, we have 30 days to find somewhere else to live with our children. And but my husband's goal and dream really was just before the age of 40 that he would be a homeowner. And I think, you know, it's just how you measure success. And I told him it doesn't matter if you're 25 and own a home or if you're 50 and own a home for the first time. It's just that we work hard and put the money into it to do this. So we actually signed the contract and got the keys and everything to the house 1 month before his 40th birthday. So it was just, I mean, it was just tremendous for us. It really has been. But the biggest part, I really want to brag on my husband. He's not as, you know, willing to talk in public as I am, but he did all of the work himself. He went out with tools. I did help stain the wood, you know, which was a really big part of it, but he built it all himself. We found most of the materials. He built the shutters. We found these things like in different alleyways, recycled materials. We rescued a lot of plants from the clearance rack, you know, to build our flower beds and things. But what I hope is that more people, you know, seek out to win this award. This is a big deal. You know, if you're showing pride in the community that we love so much, I just think that could only be better for Bowling Green. So I'm really happy about this, and thank you very much.
The next award is our commercial award, and it goes to the Better Hearing Center. Mr. Kimball?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, I appreciate it. We'll get the picture here. We'll do it for the Facebook.
And just to give you a reference point, His facility is on the bypass near the roundabout. This was a brick home that had fallen into disrepair.
It was rough. It was rough.
And he took the wherewithal to purchase it and redo it. And he invites everybody to come see.
It's beautiful,
Their
yeah.
phenomenal work.
Yeah, it turned out great.
And Operation Pride is very, very proud of both of our recipients. They have put extremely hard work into what they're done, and they're what our community is all about. And thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Lawrence. I believe Commissioner Bailey would like to make a comment to y'all, if y'all hold on for a second.
First, Phil, I know your dad. Oh, man, I love your dad. He's been telling me to come get my gun license for many years, and so I love your dad. So it's definitely nice meeting. It's definitely nice meeting you, and I guess just improving the neighborhoods is something that is beneficial to Bowling Green and our overall community. As far as Shanika, I love, the name. My wife, someone who I love very dearly, is also named Shanika. And Craig, man, you ought to think about another career, because I've seen the work that you put into your home, and it's beautiful. And like I was telling Mr. Kimball, I think that just beautifying the neighborhood, congratulations on your first home. Really huge, it's beneficial, but congratulations to both of you guys.
Awesome. All right. Mr. Mizel, I don't think you have any comments at this time. Would you like?
I'm going to defer back to you for one more award.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the reminder. I about forgot. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present the next award. It was sent to the mayor. This has been a long-standing tradition from our finance department. I'd especially like everyone to look to my left, which is your right, is Mrs. Katie Schaller Ward, and she has set the bar at a level that's unprecedented. For over a decade, there has been a recognition, and that recognition is from the Government and Finance Association, from the United States and Canada. It's called a Certificate of Achievement for Excellence for Financial Reporting, and it was given to the city of Bowling Green for the financial record ending in June 30th, 2020. And again, this has been for years. I think there was a year, 2007, it didn't happen, but for over 10 years this has been happening. But it demonstrates constructive spirit of full disclosure to clearly communicate the financial story and to motivate potential users and groups to read the report. So I'd just like to say thank you, Katie, to you and your team. So well done.
Thank you.
I cannot take credit for this at all. It really is the finance department and the former CFO, Jeff Meisel, that put all of everything that we have together today in process. And so Aaron Ballou, our Assistant Chief Financial Officer, and Sean Weeks, our other Assistant Chief Financial Officer, really take the reins and go with it. The Audit Committee also reviews our financial report, and we are in the process now of closing the books on our FY21, and so we'll be in the process of having that audited here shortly as well.
Well said. Thank you, Katie. All right. Our first item of business for this regular meeting is the approval of the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Sue Perigin, second by Commissioner Carlos Bailey. If there's any discussion on the minutes? Roll call,
He
please.
wants to call me Melinda Hill.
Did not, but just have to slow down a little bit.
I got you.
But thank you, Sue.
I can be Melinda tonight.
Well, roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Next is Municipal Order Number 2021-128.
Municipal order approving the promotion of Jeffrey Walden to the position of Crew Supervisor 2 in the Public Works Department.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Perigin.
So, Mayor, we have a retirement of Gary Harden. Gary served us for 27 years, City of Bowling Green and Public Works Department. We celebrated his retirement last week at a luncheon at Operations. And we have an open slot now, and I'm going to ask Melissa Kanzler, our city engineer, to come up and make the recommendation. Greg cannot be with us tonight. Keep him in your prayers. He recently lost his dad, so keep him and his family in your prayers. Melissa.
Thank you, Jeff. As Jeff mentioned, this position was vacated by Gary Harden's retirement. Sparky, if anybody worked with him. I have not been here a day that I did not work with him, and he will be really missed by those, both in operations and in our division as well as across the city. So we do appreciate his hard work. But we're here tonight to recommend the promotion of Jeff Walden, who is with us today. He has been with the city for, 21 years. He began in 2000. He was promoted to Crew Supervisor 2. Oh, that's the new one. I'm sorry. He was promoted to OMT Level 3 in 2008 and Crew Leader in 2016, where he has served since this time. He worked in our concrete and drainage crew, which is kind of how we interact with him with all of our sidewalks and repairs on our streets. So I've always been very impressed with Jeff's willingness and leadership. I think he is a great candidate. As you have in front of you, HR did promote this job and advertise it internally only. We had 4 very good candidates. But at the end of the day, Jeff was selected for promotion. It should be noted that he achieved his Rhodes Scholar designation in 2017 and Road Master in 2018 from the UK Technology of Transfer program. I think this says a lot about his willingness to promote himself and his leadership skills. So we're here tonight to recommend Jeff Walden to the position of Crew Supervisor 2. And Jeff is here, along with David Delp, who will actually be his immediate supervisor in operations.
Questions? No questions? Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2021-129.
Municipal order authorizing renewal of bid number 2021-05 for fire department uniforms from Galls LLC of Lexington, Kentucky, and Nats Outdoor Sports of Bowling Green, Kentucky, based on unit prices.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Bailey. Mr. Mizel.
Thank you, Mayor. We went out for bid last year for some uniforms for the fire department, along with some other gear, and coming to you tonight recommending that we renew with those 2 companies. In your packets are letters where they are renewing the prices, holding the prices steady, and we had the option to renew twice on this bid, and this will be the first renewal, and recommending to renew with the Galls Company and Nats Outdoor Sports for the various clothing and equipment for the fire department. Deputy Chief Gillum is here, can answer any questions you might have.
Have any questions? Questions at this time? Roll call.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2021-130.
Municipal order approving a contract through cooperative purchase with Boyd Caterpillar of Bowling Green, Kentucky, under Kentucky State Pricing Contract for the purchase of a Caterpillar mini excavator in the amount of $68,970.
So moved.
By Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Bailey. Mr. Mizel.
During the FY22 budget, we talked about this purchase, one of our capital purchases. This is, most of you all know what a backhoe looks like with the wheels, the tractor wheels. This is kind of a mini version of a track hoe, which has the tracks on it, but it can get into tight spaces. This is something we routinely lease and have to go out and rent when we need a piece of equipment like this. So we are finally going to buy one of these things, and where we don't have to rent it when we need it. And we found it out on the state contract at a good price of the $68,970, which includes a 48-month extended warranty. So I have Mr. David Delp with us tonight. He can answer any questions on this piece of equipment, but we're excited to get this and get it into play.
Mr. Mizel, any questions from the commission? No questions? Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yep.
Alcott?
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2021-131.
Municipal order authorizing an amendment to the Transportation Alternatives Program Grant Award from the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet in the amount of $400,547.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Beasley Brown, second by Commissioner Perigin. Mr. Mizel.
These next two items, Mayor, are related. This pertains to the sidewalk project we're going to do along state right-of-ways. We're going to repair some sidewalks. We went out for bid. We'll get to that in the next item, but we didn't have quite enough money from the state. The state offered us the $846,483 in TAP grant. That was not enough to do this project. Nick went to work and went back and worked with the state and was able to get them to agree to another $400,547 to get this project completed. And this is an amendment to the original TAP grant agreement to add that additional money. This is supposed to cover 1,600 linear feet of sidewalk. The difficulty with this project was you have a square here and a square there, and they're spread out all over the city, so this is what drove up the cost of this project. But we're happy to finally, we think, bring this home at the $1.2 million amount. We'll get to that award with the next item. But all this does here is to accept the $400,547 to add on to that original $846,483 TAP grant. Nick is here, can answer any questions you might have.
A quick question, probably for Melissa. Yeah, Ms. Chancellor, just because I typically or frequently get questions about what's a state road and what's a city road, because it seems like if it's in the city, it should be a city road. So just because they can't see the map, so do you explain for our citizens who might be listening which roads these might be?
Typically, my answer for that, because I know it is confusing, and if it's in the city limits, it should be a city-maintained road. Any route that has a number. So it may be called Louisville Road, but it's actually US 31, 231, Scottsville Road, 6880, Russellville Road. Anything with a route number, whether it's a Kentucky route number or a US route number, will be state-maintained. So any paving, any traffic signals, signage, striping, potholes, anything like that along those roadways is theirs to maintain. Now with this, the city will be maintaining the sidewalks from this point forward, once we get all these fixed. And that's always been a long-standing, do they maintain them, do we? And we've all suffered due to that disagreement. So I think with this money from the state and the labor, with the contract on the next agenda item, we can put that to rest. So if it's in the sidewalk, it'll be city.
Thank you so much, Ms. Chancellor.
You're welcome.
All right, any further questions? Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Municipal order number 2021-132.
Municipal order authorizing accepting bid number 2021-30 for sidewalk ADA improvements from Scott and Murphy, Inc. of Bowling Green, Kentucky, in the amount of $1,247,030.
So moved.
Second. I'll
Moved
second.
by Commissioner Bailey, second by Commissioner Perigin. Mr. Mizel.
So as I mentioned, this is the actual bid that we went out for to do this project, and Scott and Murphy were the only bidder, coming in at $1,247,030, and this will match up with the grant money that we approved. So recommend the award to Scott and Murphy.
All right, any questions from our commissioners at this time? Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Municipal order number 2021-133, or excuse me, 133.
Municipal order approving a job development incentive program employee withholdings credit agreement with Union Underwear Company, Inc., doing business as Fruit of the Loom.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Beasley Brown, second by Commissioner Perigin.
Most of you all probably saw the announcement on this last week. It's very exciting, an expansion of an existing company here in our community that's been here for a long, long time. And I'd like to ask CFO Katie Shalloward to present this to you. Katie?
As Jeff mentioned, this was announced last week, so we're moving forward with the job development incentive agreement with Fruit of the Loom. And so they're going to create 50 new jobs with this expansion. And they're looking at approximately, I believe it's $17 million over the 10-year period in payroll expenses. And so what this JDIP agreement does is it gives back to that company 1% credit on the employee withholdings. So that's going to amount to about $173,000 over the 10-year period that Fruit of the Loom will be able to invest back into the expansion project. And they expect to have a capital investment of about $19.4 million with this expansion.
Further questions? Phenomenal news for our city that see icon like Fruit of the Loom continue expansion in our community. Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Ordinance number BG 2021-30. This is our first reading and is non-binding. Mr.
Ordinance
Meyer.
relating to classification pay schedule. Ordinance amending the classification pay schedule D for Department Head Management of the City of Bowling Green for fiscal year 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Beasley Brown. Mr. Meisel.
So this is just a simple name change in Schedule D of our department heads. We are getting ready to kick off a search for a new IT director as Mr. Hartley retired, and we celebrated his retirement last week as well. Seems like everybody's retiring on me, but he is, what, the third or fourth department head? There must be something going on with me. They don't like me, but anyway, Lynn is off to the beach and enjoying his next life with retirement. But we found that we needed to change the title of this when we advertised. A lot of places didn't know what a CIO was. And so Aaron has brought this to me, and I agreed we needed to go ahead and change it to IT Director as we move forward. Aaron is here. Aaron Holsey, our HR Director, can answer any questions you might have about this. But it's just a simple name change from CIO to Information Technology Director.
And I guess, Aaron, just for the public, or maybe Mr. Meisel, he pretty much already answered it, but the simple name change, does the starting salary change? Just for the public to know.
Sure. The grade does not change. It's still in the first grade of the department head schedule, where all the other titles are directors as well. So no change to salary. It's just a simple title change.
Thank you.
Sure.
Other questions? Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Ordinance number BG 2021-31. This is our first reading and is non-binding.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning a tract of land containing 0.21 acre from RM4 multifamily residential to CB Central Business located at 719 Chestnut Street, presently. Oh, sorry. Thank you. I'll back up. I got ahead of myself. Ordinance amending Code of Ordinances. Ordinance amending Chapter 2 Administration of the City of Bowling Green Code of Ordinances.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Beasley Brown. Mr. Meisel.
Mayor, this is just another simple name change to renaming a division, the Code Enforcement Division. As you know, we hired a new Code Enforcement Manager, Mr. Brad Shargarowski, if I'm saying that right. And he brought this to us. I thought it was a really good idea to change it to the Compliance and Animal Protection Division. So this is a simple change in Chapter 2 of the ordinances, swapping out that name, and I'll try to answer any questions you might have. I'm sorry, I didn't see Big Brent over there. He's hiding from me behind the podium. Brent's here, can answer any questions you might have.
So tired.
Mr. Childers.
Up with the times, questions from commissioners?
Sit up tall, Brent, come on.
Hard to see. All right, roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Ordinance number BG 2021-32. Our first reading is non-binding.
I'll try this again. Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning a tract of land containing 0.21 acre from RM4 multifamily residential to CB Central Business located at 719 Chestnut Street, presently owned by Chestnut Group Properties LLC.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Bailey. Mr. Meisel.
This was a unanimous vote with the Planning Commission. 6 of the allotted 8 members were present, went 6-0. It's a rezoning at 719 Chestnut Street. Mr. Peterson is here to answer any questions you might have.
Questions at this time? No questions. Thank you for being here, Mr. Peterson. Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Ordinance number BG 2021-28. This is our second reading and is binding.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning a tract of land containing 1 acre from LI Light Industrial to GB General Business located at 0 Russellville Road, presently owned by Vita Nova LLC.
So moved.
Second?
By Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Beasley Brown. This is our second reading. If you look, there was 12 members, and it was a 12-0 vote. It was the last vote by the commission, a 5-0 vote. Any questions or comments at this time? Roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Ordinance number BG 2021-29. This is our second reading and is binding.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning a tract of land containing 2.9987 acres from AG Agriculture and HB Highway Business to RM4 Multifamily Residential located at 0 Louisville Road, presently owned by JJEM Properties LLC.
So moved.
Second?
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Beasley Brown. This is a second reading. As a reminder that it was a 5-0 vote from the Board of Commission, and it was 11 unanimous vote from the Planning and Zoning. Any questions or comments at this time from commissioners? Okay, roll call, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Beasley Brown?
Yes.
Perigin?
Yes.
Alcott?
Yes. Mrs. Jackson, will you check to see if we have public comments at this time? Thank you. All right. I would like to welcome to the podium Mrs. Stacy Webb, and I will announce your address. It is in Bowling Green, Kentucky. I won't give the address here, but I would like to give you the opportunity to talk.
I'm here representing the Republican Women's Club of South Central Kentucky. Several of us were at the forum, the work session at the convention center, and we were very disappointed with the working session, the fact that the city allowed entities that were not nonprofits, like the BG Anti-Eviction Network, to speak at the forum. We thought was very unfortunate to not have public comment, but let some person that wasn't a real entity be able to speak. We're also very concerned that taxpayer dollars is going to be funding this position, and that basic vetting of these speakers wasn't done. We think that we're also disappointed with one of the commissioners leaving during the middle of the presentations for probably 20 or 25 minutes to have a separate meeting in the hallway. Also, with public comment not being allowed, we didn't feel like that was right for the other people that were at the work session. And we would just like for in the future, for if, you know, for all the entities that are going to speak to be real entities and not just have a Facebook page where they can, you know, decide to sign up and be, it needs to be, what am I trying to say? It needs to be legitimate vetted groups that speak. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Webb. Okay, there's no other comments on the floor. Thank you for everyone for being here tonight. Our next meeting is August 17th of 2021, and this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.